The winter solstice is trying to tell you something, and you're probably ignoring it without even realizing it. If you're like most people, you're feeling more exhausted, maybe a little on edge, more emotional honesty this time of year, and maybe feeling the grind of the holiday stress. These things are especially true for sensitive bodies, and intuition is much higher this time of year. For years, I've been studying what happens to sensitive systems during seasonal and cosmic shifts across history, somatics, the limits of science, and the patterns are undeniable. You're feeling what your body is designed to notice. In this episode, I'm going to show you why the solstice lands so much harder in sensitive bodies and how to work with it instead of push through it. You'll discover ancient cultures, what they understood and what we forgot, what science measures and what it doesn't, and the 4 psychological shifts in your sensitive body that happen this time of year. And I'm going to end with a simple somatic ritual that you can use to reset your system for the return of light. Before we begin, let me introduce myself. I'm Amanda. For most of my life, I've been studying what happens in the places where science gets quiet. I work with sensitive, high-performing, deeply intuitive, but maybe not understanding that they're deeply intuitive people. The ones who feel seasonal shifts in their body, they notice emotional undercurrents before there's language for it. And they have often been told they're too much or too sensitive for the world that we live in. My background bridges structured systems and subtle ones, science, somatics, nervous system work, and the ancient wisdom traditions that paid attention to the body long before we had instruments to measure it. Over the years, I've noticed something very consistent. Sensitive bodies don't break during darkness, they respond. And yet modern culture teaches us to override the very signals that were meant to guide us, especially during moments like the winter solstice. This episode exists because too many sensitive souls are pushing through what their bodies ask them to honor. So if you've ever felt exhausted, introspective, emotionally honest to a fault, or unusually intuitive this time of year, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Let's talk about why. Winter solstice is the oldest and most globally celebrated holy day in human history. Let me say that again. Winter solstice is the oldest and most globally celebrated holy day in human history, long before Christmas, before Hanukkah, before Saturnalia, before Yule or Dongxi, before astronomy became mathematics, and before science tried to explain away the sacred. Why? Because every living thing, animals, trees, humans, are regulated by light. And the solstice marks the exact moment when darkness reaches its peak. The sun pauses in its path, and the light begins to return. Our days get longer. Even cultures that never interacted came to the same conclusion. This night matters. Ancient global solstice celebrations included, Egypt with the rebirth of Horus, Rome with Saturnalia, Norse lands with Yule, Persia had Yalda night, China had the Dongxi festival, the Americas had the Mayan ceremonial time, and what I'm learning from my indigenous Shema Maria, the long night ceremonies. She's just recently sent out a notice of what she does during this time, and it completely tracks with what I'm sharing in this episode. This is as close as humanity gets to a shared holiday. Why? Because no matter where you live, the sky told you this night was different. So did your body. Here's the astrophysical part. The solstice is the moment when Earth tilts farthest from the sun in the northern hemisphere, giving you the longest stretch of darkness. In the southern hemisphere, they're in summer solstice, so they're experiencing the longest day of the year. We've measured the angle, we know the time, we have the math, but science stops short. Science measures light. It measures our body and it measures our mind, but does it measure them together? It doesn't measure how this particular holiday, holy day, winter solstice, affects the body, affects the psyche, and they especially don't measure how it affects the soul. Your circadian rhythm shift, science. Your hormone shift, more science. Your emotional processing shifts, science. Your energetic boundaries shift. Joe Dispenza science. All of this is especially true if you're a cosmic sensitive. Sensitive bodies run on lower thresholds. They notice things others miss. They feel solar changes in their fascia, in their nervous system, and in their mood before their brain has words for it. Your body doesn't lie. It tracks light, even if you're not consciously aware. Here's what happens in a sensitive body between December 19th and the 22nd, which is coming up. Our melatonin spikes. Your body is literally inviting you to rest more. Your cortisol dips. Melatonin and cortisol work in opposites. This is the natural exhale of the year, unless, of course, you're overriding it with caffeine, hustle, and the holiday stress. Our intuition heightens. Your limbic system becomes more active in the darkness, meaning you have deeper reflection, you become more creative, your intuition gets heightened, and dreams get more intense. Or for those of you who don't even dream, maybe you're having dreams this time of year. And then last, your nervous system becomes honest. Anything you've been suppressing will rise to the surface, not to punish you, but to complete a cycle. Sensitive bodies feel these shifts amplified. That's not weakness, that's attunement. You were built to notice what others ignore. Across every solstice tradition, the theme is the same. Darkness is not the enemy. Darkness is where the next version of you is gestating. Humans gathered, feasted, prayed, sang, and kept fires lit on this night because you don't move from darkness to light alone. You don't transform in isolation. You don't rebirth without witnessing. The solstice is a cosmic reminder. Your darkest moments were always the beginning of your return to light. And this night, this exact one, is the energetic handoff. So here's what to do for a little somatic ritual. I call it the Sensitive Body Solstice Reset. First, if you can, go outside in the darkness. Shut off any lights that are around you. Try to find the darkest space you can find. And if it's snowing and you don't feel comfortable being out in the snow since it's winter, stay in your house. Turn off all the lights. We're going to be here for 2 minutes. We're letting our body register the dark. We're getting quiet. We're allowing whatever needs to bubble up. And then I want you to say out loud, light returns to me now. Light returns to me now. A simple prayer, a simple affirmation. Then place your hand on your belly and over your heart and feel the shift. If you're outside, ask Mother Earth to show you a sign. If you're inside, ask to be shown a sign. Feel the shift in your body. Feel the shift around you. Wait for that sign. And then turn the lights back on and write the answer to this one question. What part of me is ready to come back into the light? If this episode helped your body exhale, if it helped something click inside you, trust that. You're not imagining things. You're not too sensitive. You're tuned to the same rhythms ancient cultures built their whole lives around. And if you want support moving through this coming season with attunement, clarity, and empowerment, the new cohort of immersion mentorship begins January 9th. You can explore that at bodywhisperhealing.com/services or find it in the show notes. Until next time, honor the dark, welcome the light, and trust your sensitive body. It knows.